Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to show you how you can make £2,181.76 from posting an 8-second video on TikTok. And I'm going to demonstrate exactly how we did that. And you can see right here, there's the proof right there. The proof is in the pudding. You can see £2,181 from posting an 8-second video. 8.13 seconds was the length of this video, which is just absolutely insane. We had over 1.3 million views and 38,000 likes with 3,100 saves and 526 shares on this video. So the likes aren't even that crazy, I don't think. I mean, it's pretty good for a 1 million view video, but there's one thing I'm going to talk to you about in this video today, and it's not likes, it's not comments, it's not shares, and it's not saves. Those three things are, in my opinion, pretty irrelevant when it comes to getting views. I'm going to talk to you about the one thing that actually matters, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the video itself so we can walk you through it. Okay, let's jump into it. So there's one thing on TikTok that actually matters right now, and that one thing is called retention. Retention is the only thing, in my opinion, right now that matters on TikTok when creating videos if you want to go viral. So retention equals viral. And the way that we can go viral is by improving our retention. So the things you need to get good at is not telling people to like your video and not telling people to share your video with a friend. You need to get good at retaining people's attention on TikTok to keep them watching your video, because there's one thing that TikTok likes, and that thing that they like is attention. The thing TikTok is obsessed with is having people's attention on nothing else but their platform. So the way that we do this is through our videos. And the more people that can increase their retention on their platform, that gives TikTok the green light to make sure that you get more views, because they know that this video is keeping people on the platform, so I'm going to give it more views. So let me show you the most important thing when it comes to retention. And every video has this. So if you post on TikTok currently, you can check this out. And then when you start, or if you're someone who wants to start posting on TikTok and making money from their videos, 1, join Paid Creators Club. I've dropped a free training down below on how you can get started. 2, watch this video. And 3, focus on this metric right here. So we're going to draw a little graph for you. And this graph is going to be called the retention graph. And every single video on TikTok will show you a graph that looks like this. Maybe not as badly drawn, but it looks something like this. So there's something TikTok doesn't like, and one thing that TikTok doesn't like is when the graph looks like this. If the graph looks like this, it means that your video was so uninteresting that people dropped off right here, and that's probably around 2 to 3 seconds. That is where people are dropping off on your video, but your video might be 30 seconds long, which means that people are only watching 10% of your video. People are watching around 10% of your video, which is not good in TikTok's eyes. You want them to be watching a lot longer, like all the way down here is where you want them to be watching. So what you want your graph to look like, you want it to look like a gradual decline, because naturally you're going to get a decline on TikTok when it comes to your retention graph. It's just normal. Not everyone who watches the video is going to watch the entirety of it, and TikTok know that. So what they want is the best metrics they can possibly get from your video. So how that looks is like this maybe. Your video may gradually, granted this might go a bit longer than the graph that I've drawn, it may look something like this, where it gradually drops off. There's no like dip like this, there's no like dip like this straight down and then flatlined, because we've posted videos in the past where literally they flatline and then it's just 0 seconds. And when I go back and I watch those videos, I see, okay, this is why people dropped off, because there was no reason for them to stay around. And that's one thing that this video that we posted here that I just showed you does. It keeps people's attention through something called before and after, which is a very well-known tactic, is doing a before and after where you have one side of the video is the part of someone's life maybe that they was unhappy with. So this is the before. And then the second half of the video is something that maybe someone was happy with in their life. So for example, in this video that we did, we had Yasmin's under eyes were like dark and they looked like she had under eye bags. And then in the next part of the video, she was happy. She had the transformation from sad to happy based on the fact that her under eyes had gone brighter. And she did that for a product that she was promoting on the video. So she said, I got this before and after, like we see here, using this product, whatever that product may be. So in this example, it was an eye serum. This can be a weight loss product. This can be weight gain product. This can be a supplement for the gym. This can be an exercise product. Anything where you can get a really good before and after that's desirable for people works really well. And this is just one tactic that you can use to actually increase your retention and get your graph looking more like this than people dropping off at the start. And I'm going to give you a little structure now before I show you the video. So I'm going to draw you a little graph now of how you can actually like visualize a video that does this that isn't before and after, because if you don't have any kind of transformation, then you can't really do this tactic. So I'm going to give you one that you can do at all times, and that is this way. So you can see this video right here. This is the start on this side and this is the end on this side. And at the start of a video, the first thing that you have is a hook. And then there's a bunch of strategies that go into making a hook, something that I won't be able to get into in this video, but we go very in depth with inside Paid Creators Club. And in that hook, one thing you want to include is something that makes their brain tick that you don't give away until this part of the video. In fact, let me make this in green because this is really important. So this arrow here is the green arrow. So this green arrow here is your ticket to higher retention. So that's we're going to call it the retention arrow. This is the retention arrow. So the retention starts in the hook. The way that you hook them in, you want to say something like this. So this is going to be a really bad example. I already know it because it's off the top of my head. But imagine you were trying to promote a smoothie blender that allows you to blend on the go. So you have a blender that allows you to blend anywhere. So you can be in your car, blending up your smoothie. I'm pretty good at drawing, I can't lie. And you're filming in the car this blender and you're saying, blah, 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 I'm on my way to work, I'm stuck in traffic and I need to make a smoothie. That's the hook, for example. It's not very good. The bit in that hook that you want to add at the end is, let's see how this turns out. That's the part that keeps the person watching. That's the retention hack right there, is you don't just say, I'm in the car right now and I'm about to make a smoothie and I'm stuck in traffic. Those three components might shock people, like making a smoothie in the car in traffic. Like, that's weird. Maybe that's something that I could try out if I'm late for work, whatever. And then you've got that bit here at the start, that kind of wows them. And then you've got that bit at the end of the hook, which is the part where you say, let's see how this turns out. And then that's how we get this green arrow, is because now through all of this video here, people are going to sit and they're going to wait to see this section here where you finish the smoothie and they find out whether it was good or it was bad. And then that is usually when people are going to swipe. As soon as they get that like itch in their brain, that's what I call it, the itchy brain method. Because I'm sure you've watched a video before where you see something in the hook and your brain is just like, you need to see what happens, and that's what we want to like give people. We want to give them an itchy brain in this scenario. We want to make sure that they're wondering what is going to happen at this part of the video. So that's one way you can do it, and that's probably the biggest way to do it. But that doesn't mean that the content in between needs to be shit. So if you're somebody who is struggling to get people to stay at this section of the video, the hook, I'm making a mess of this screen right now, but if you're like struggling here at the part of the video where you actually have to do the hook, look at your retention graph, and if you cannot get people to stay at this part of your video and it looks really bad, only focus on that for now. That's the only part of the video you need to focus on, and then worry about the rest later. This is like the fill into the sandwich, but the sandwich on the outside can't be moldy or you're not going to eat the sandwich. So make sure that the hook and the bread isn't moldy before you start to focus on this bit, and then you can, do whatever at that bit where you give them like you allow them to itch the brain at this part. And then from there, this part here is the CTA, which is going to be call to action. This is a great way to make a video for a product, by the way. That's just one thing that I would recommend. If you want to actually get the itchy brain method correct, then that start of the hook needs to be on point. Your hook needs to be great, but also you need to add the itchy brain part to it, where you make someone think, I cannot swipe off this video until I find out if this guy makes a good smoothie or he completely fucks it up. So yeah, that's basically a little strategy for you to implement into your videos going forward. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to actually show you the video, and I'm just going to break it down quick here so that you can see. This is also backwards, it actually goes that way. So you've got the start of the video saying, I'll take my under eyes, and it's Yasmin rubbing her eyes, so it's quite satisfying to watch because her eyes are very dark, and it's satisfying to just watch the eye rubbing section of the video. That then goes into the transformation, which is here. So she's saying, I'll take my under eyes bright. Having bright under eyes is desirable to women. So she's basically like targeting women here by saying, by doing this thing, what I'm about to show you, you'll be able to see how I can get bright under eyes. And then that's the product tagged on the video. And on this video as well, we didn't even show the product, which is a red flag, to be honest. You shouldn't really do that on all your videos because it can get you a violation. But we didn't actually show the products in this video, we just tagged it. And it's still converted extremely well. In fact, better than most videos. This is a little strategy that you can use. Now, let me take you to the actual video and we'll watch it, and then you can go and implement it for yourself, this before and after method. We also synced it up to the music, which I think is another really cool thing that we did. Okay, so as promised, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you what this video actually looks like, so you can get a better understanding of how to put all this together with a real life example. So here's what it actually looked like. So there's a few things to actually note here. Let me go back to my thing. So that video had two things that I think were really important. And one of them is the before to the after. So you had the before and the after, which is really important. But another thing that you had was a music drop. And that music drop gives people itchy brains because now they cannot like scroll from that video without itching that scratch of like, I need to know what happens right now. So their brain gets all itchy because they want to listen to the music. So you've got the before and after and the music drop. Those two things combined can make a really viral video, which is why this got over 1 million views and made over £2,000. So go and implement this strategy into your TikTok strategy. And if you've not started on TikTok Shop yet, click the link below, get a free training and get started today. You'll have your first sale in less than like the next 48 hours. I promise you, if you just get started. This is the easiest business model of 2025. And I say that with absolute chest because I know that it is. So yeah, go ahead, get started. I'll see you in the next video.